I'm so excited about our workshop in a couple weeks. So, a word about the books. Let Us Dream is Pope Francis's kind of letter. You get to know him, and I think he charts out a new dream for the church, and I think that's what's important about that book. Real Impact is Morgan Simon, one of the pioneers of deeper impact investing. When we think about Catholic social teaching and embodiment investing, I think she does a great job of telling particular stories that show us how that works and how you can do this in your portfolios and how you can transform finance together. So that's the reason there. In terms of the war of art, this is about our own creativity, our own the resistance that's inside of all of us, and practice. And so I think it's something to start there maybe. Spend at least an hour reading that book, maybe 15 minutes a few times a day for 3 or 4 days. Just read a few chapters, move on. Let it sink in, maybe journal a little bit. That's what we're trying to build in this workshop is the muscle of empathy, of reflection, of naming the resistance. Where is the resistance? Naming the fear. How do we dance with our fear? How do we take a leap? So part of this workshop is a journey of transformation. Steven Pressfield has a little bit of a crass language, so try not to let that distract you. But I think it is a helpful naming of core pieces. Lastly, The Value of a Whale, Adrian Buller. This is probably the most intellectual in terms of critiquing capitalism, critiquing our economy, critiquing all the efforts towards climate adaptation, green technology. Where does it gotten us? Where are we? It's a really helpful step back and understanding that. So as we think about changing finance and big finance and responding to the cry of the poor and the cry of the earth and the structural problems of the global economy, I think this helps provide a critical reflection on how we can more deeply embody our deepest understanding, our wisdom traditions, and thinkers like Adrian Buller. So take a little bit of read the introduction. I think that's a helpful part for that. And spend a little time with each book is the priority. Obviously, if you can read more of them, the what you're more interested in, go with their interest. Part of what we're trying to talk about in the workshop is there's so much information. There's always more you can read, but it's about what your own curiosity is. Let the curiosity guide you. What do you want to learn next? That is the question. Your most important work needs to be guided by your own motivation. And so to try to help name the resistance for you, start with The War of Art, Steven Pressfield. We'll reference that the most, but please give a little time to each other books so you understand the broader ecology that's shaping our community.